Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Arabic Khatawat. In this video, we're going to review Unit 4 vocabulary. We're still using Alif Baa textbook, which is an introduction to Arabic letters and sounds for beginning levels. This is also going to be used as a revision for anyone who is starting early intermediate to review the whole series of Al-Kitab. What we're going to do with this unit is we'll initially split them into three different parts. We have numbers, Arabic numbers on page 71. Then we have introductory phrases on page 74. Then other miscellaneous introductory phrases in Arabic on page 86. The numbers will come with new strategies. And as I was saying earlier, we're only going to go one step at a time. This unit comes with long lists of vocabulary, so we're just going to go slowly until we acquire all those vocabs. The numbers, Arabic numbers, we refer to them as arqam. So I'm going to say Arabic arqam. And the way I write arqam is like this, arqam, arqam. Some other people might refer to it as a'dad, but both of them are common. So arqam, a'dad. And that means numbers. The singular form for arqam is raqam. Raqam. And the singular form of a'dad is adad. So mark this unit or this part as Arabic numbers. That way you can keep them all organized and refer to them as arqam Arabiya. Arqam Arabiya. أو أعداد عربية. Numbers in Arabic, we're looking first at the script, which is the Arabic script. Then we're going to look at the actual numerals that we have. And then we can have the reference in English here. So the first one would be صفر. As you can see, there is a صاد, صفر, صفر. And we refer to it in Arabic as a dot. And that's just صفر, 0. صفر, صفر. Look how I'm writing the long vowel. I'm referring here to wa, wa. And make sure you write the long vowel alif. واحد, 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 and that's 1. And we also refer to it as 1. Then we have اثنين, اثنين, اثنين. And اثنين, we write it more like a little curve up here. Then we tilt the line this way. You can write it as many times as you want to practice. So we go like little curve and then a line down. The line is a little bit tilted like this. So it depends on how fast people write. So the point is you will see this curve on top. And then the line can just be like this sometimes, depending on how fast you're writing. And that refers to 2. Then we have ثلاثة, ثلاثة, and ثلاثة, it comes like a small scene with a tilted line. I'll write it again, small scene with a tilted line. ثلاثة, ثلاثة, and that's 3, ثلاثة. So we have صفر, واحد, اثنين, ثلاثة. صفر, واحد, اثنين, ثلاثة. If I write them in English transliteration, they would be صفر, واحد اثنان and ثلاثة. and ثلاثة. So I'll write them again here. صفر واحد اثنين, and sometimes we'll also say اثنان. You could hear me say اثنان as well. اثنان. And then we have ثلاثة. Then we have أربعة. أربعة. Then we have خمسة. Write it up here. خمسة. So let's look at the shapes again. So صفر is a dot. واحد is a dash. اثنان will have that little curve or C, then a tilted line. ثلاثة will be a small scene with a tilted line. And then أربعة as a عين. And I had a student who actually referred to it as a cursive E, so you can think about it as a cursive E. Then خمسة would be just a circle or a water drop. So you can visualize it whichever way helpful for you to remember. خمسة. So again, صفر واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة. So that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. If we write ستة, ستة referring to 6, ستة would be the opposite of اثنان. So it would be more of like 7. So some people would write it like that. That's ستة. ستة. Then we have سبعة. I'll write it down here. سبعة, which is 7. And سبعة is like a V. سبعة. سبعة. Then we have ثمانية. ثمانية. And ثمانية would be kind of a pyramid style. And that's 8. ثمانية. ثمانية. So صفر واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية. We'll read them slowly once we're done with the 2 last numbers. The other one we have is تسعة for 9. And as you can see, when I write, I try to keep my pen going without stopping, and then I place the dots. This happens when there are smaller or there is a smaller number of letters with dots. Then it's easier for a learner to remember. But if you have more, then just go one letter at a time. So تسعة would be 9. And even in Arabic, you'd refer to it as 9. The last one is عشرة. عشرة, 10. So this would be the last one in this unit. عشرة. When we're referring to عشرة, we put the 1 that we learned, and then the 0, the dot. عشرة. عشرة. So watch how I'm going to write the numbers in here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And it's fun to do it over and over, and you can just color code it. That way you remember which one you completed, and you go like this again. واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة عشرة. And you can also do it different ways. There are like multiple ways of learning the numbers in Arabic, but I would suggest that you don't just cover it by listening to it. That's it in this video, and then you're done. I suggest that you write down the numbers, look at them, play around, like doodle with those nice symbols, and then also write the script. And I would go واحد اثنين, and then ثلاثة. Make sure you write better than me, because now I'm squishing everything together. But if I write smaller, you'll probably won't see, but I'll try. أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة, and then we have عشرة. Another thing for you to highlight is how you have تاء مربوطة, the feminine indication of تاء, when you are referring to numbers. So you have تاء, as you can see here. You have تاء مربوطة here. See it? تاء مربوطة, تاء مربوطة, تاء مربوطة in all the numbers. Basically from 3 to 10, all of them will have either the isolated تاء or the connected تاء مربوطة. So this is just one way of memorizing the Arabic numbers. The other way I would also suggest that you do is keep a chart of these numbers right here. That way you can also look at them and write them again. When you do this, the technique that I suggest most students to apply, if it interests you, is to try to write next to the chart. You're looking at it and you don't have to say anything or read the letters or the numbers. You just doodle like that until you build this muscle memory. Your hands are used to looking at the numbers and just writing them together. The other technique we use is I would write a random English number, or I can write a phone number, anything. This is not an actual number, so don't call it. And then I can just do something like that. When I write a phone number, I would try to match it or write it in Arabic. So I would go like this. This is 2. This is 3. And then that's 7. How do we write 7? It's up and 8 down. Then 7 also is a V. And then I go like this. So you play with random numbers and you try to match them in Arabic. When you want to pronounce or read, what you do is you look at your Arabic script. As we did earlier, you got صفر واحد, and you look at Arabic script. Write the transliteration next to it. Sorry, that's صفر. So you go صفر واحد. You can look at the transliteration, you keep going. As soon as you feel comfortable articulating the sounds, what you would do is just cross out the transliteration. That way you get familiar with only the Arabic script. And that's how you would make sure that you retain the information you were introduced to when it comes to Arabic letters or Arabic numbers. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope this technique helps you memorize the Arabic numbers أو الأرقام العربية الأعداد العربية. Thank you for watching ومع السلامة.